Hello aqua friends, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Nicole and today I have these beautiful purple baubles, Christmas baubles that we are going to do, and it's going to be so much fun. So we're going to start off with doing the background first, and I'm wetting the background really well with just a flat brush. Getting right into it, folks, getting right into it here. So as I'm wetting the background, notice that I didn't wet the bobble in the background yet, but then I decided that it would be pretty cool if that was out of focus and fuzzy as well. So you're going to see me change my mind and go right over that bobble in the background there. So there we go, getting that nice and wet. So I like to go over the background, guys, a few times. Notice my paper's already buckling. Now I'm switching gears and you're gonna wet your paints. You do wanna get them a little bit juicy, but not too juicy. Remember, the paper is wet, so we don't need a whole lot of moisture in the paints. We just need it to be a nice thick consistency. So I'm getting all the colors that I'm gonna be using for the background ready to go. Now that those are all ready to go, I am going to go back over and re-wet the paper because it was drying, you know, it's constantly drying, and so you want to give yourself the most time that you can possibly give yourself to get that background just perfect and have the time to do that wet on wet technique. So the more wet the paper is, the longer you have to add color. So that's the whole purpose there. In the reference photo, there are a few lights in the background. That is why I'm doing some circular shapes just to represent those lights. Everything's going to be soft and out of focus. The darker blue that I'm using is indigo. I also have cobalt and phthalo blue in my palette. For the purple, I have bright violet and ochre pink. And for my yellow, I am using raw sienna. So I'm mapping out where the branches, the pine branches are going to go, and adding some colors to the foreground where the snow is going to be. I'm using a mop brush for painting the background. So I'm adding some darker colors into the foreground. Even though that's snow, I'm going to be using salt. There I go with the salt. Now the salt is going to kind of bleach out those dark colors, and it's going to add some fantastic texture, guys. It's going to look like snow. It's going to be so pretty. Coming right in to do that bobble in the background that's out of focus, I started with my ochre pink and adding in that bright violet. Notice I'm changing up my colors, so you're not going to put that bright violet everywhere. You're not going to put the pink everywhere. You're going to represent some different colors in that bobble, like it's really bright and glassy. Some indigo around the edges will give it some dimension. And of course, we got the very tippy top of this bobble here with a little bit of gold. Now my paper is still wet. I'm going to work on some more of those pine branches. Just used my rigger brush to add the stems. And off of this yellow, I'm adding in that dark indigo blue. Notice that those strokes are softening because we did wet our paper a really long time, so it's given me a lot of time to get in some of these soft strokes, building up these pine branches. You could already tell that the salt is taking effect and it's looking quite marvelous in the foreground here. So right now, actually outside, it is snowing, big chunks, big chunky snowflakes. I love it. I'm from Canada, so our first snowfall was last week. I was like so excited. I went outside. I was happily shoveling, waving like crazy person to my neighbors. They probably think, what is wrong with this woman? Why is she so happy it's snowing? But I really do like the snow. I was right. So notice that I'm going even darker. Notice how dry my paint is, guys? So the paint is a lot drier, and that's going to stand out more, and my paper's starting to dry now, so notice the paint isn't spreading as much. Now I did find that yellow a little harsh. I'm just kind of going over that. I don't want it to be too much in your face, the stems of these pine leaves. Now with a damp brush, I'm lifting some highlights on the gold part of that bobble in the background. Now you're gonna let that dry. While that's drying, I just wanted to point out and call out Daniel from FlipChap that gave me this free portfolio to show you guys. This is a fantastic, very sturdy portfolio to display your artwork. Beautifully constructed portfolios. They do come in all kinds of different colors. I chose aqua teal because it's my favorite, and I will leave the link for these beautiful portfolios in the description of the video, and you can visit her Etsy shop. Okay, so now that our painting is dry, I am going to work wet on wet, and I'm just wetting the bobble, the front bobble, okay? So the foreground bobble, we're going to basically do this the same way. I wet the paper, and then I wet my paint, and then I go back and I re-wet the bobble. So you don't need to watch all that over again. Let's skip ahead. Starting off again with the beautiful pink color. I just love this ochre pink. It's very bright, and I'm putting that where the brightest parts of the bobble is. I'm going to share with you guys this reference photo that I'm using as well. Picking up, always changing my color. So I'm grabbing a little bit of the purple and then grabbing a little bit of the blue and changing those purple colors because those shiny bulbs do display tons of beautiful colors, and we just want to capture that. Making it three-dimensional is going to be bringing in those darker colors, guys, around the edges. Okay, let's go. Tilt your board, and just let the paint flow. Let it paint itself. That's what I love to tell you guys. So I do love to pick up that board and just kind of tease it out wherever I want it to flow. Okay, now we have some fantastic contrast going here. Love, love, love. For the darkest parts, I'm going to go right under that gold part that's going to go on the top, around the edges, and then along where the snow line is on the bottom. That's really going to make that bulb pop into the foreground. Now, I do have some Brusho crystals that I'm using while my paper is still wet. This is a lavender glitter, kind of like it's a purpley glitter. And basically, a little goes a long way, guys. And you're just gonna sprinkle some of that on your paper while it's still wet. This kind of just gives it a little pop. As you can see, it even is stealing a little bit of the color and bleaching it out like the salt and giving it a really kind of snowy effect, which surprised me. I didn't know it was going to do that, but it turned out so pretty. So I'm kind of glad that it did do that. So working on the top part here, I went ahead and used my raw sienna for the gold. And on top of that, I do have some glittery watercolors, and I'm adding the gold glitter, adding it to the back one too. And we're going to dry that up again. So what I'm doing there is just using a white jelly pen and a white marker to get the very tippy top of the gold part. And with a fine detail brush, this is like a size 0, guys, I'm using that same dark blue, and I'm going ahead and adding the shadows underneath that gold part of the bobble and the ring part of the bobble. You could also add some highlights onto your pine branches like I'm doing. I really love how it came out. I love the snow and the salt effects, and the glitter was so much fun. So take off your tape. You guys just created a masterpiece. Congratulations. Now here's the money shot, guys. I'm gonna lift it up and you're gonna watch the glitter. Hopefully you can kind of see this on camera. I'm gonna pick it up here and give you a better look. Look at the sparkles. If you guys enjoyed this Christmas inspired painting, then hop over here for some more Christmas adventures. I will see you there next.